Morning from my little piece of paradise in the mountains of the Cantal. I had an urge to bring you some ramblings, half asleep ones this morning. I've had the pleasure of being up half the night, and we've rearranged like the kids' sleeping areas in the barn, and they're just a bit unsettled, and Forrest decided to not wear so many clothes the other day when it was cold, so he's got snots, and I'm half asleep, which is a great space to be in actually for epiphanies and feeling that connectedness to source. And the main thing about when I do videos, normally I have all these words and things going through my head and trying to focus, and but when I'm half asleep, it sort of flows. It's the best time to connect to spirit when you're just waking up or you're just going to sleep. So you're going to have to excuse my slurred words. I'm not pissed. But yeah, distractions. There's so many distractions going on. The world is getting so noisy, this is happening. And then you get pockets of peace. Like at 3 o'clock in the morning when everyone's asleep and I'm sat in the front room and I can't really go to bed because he's going to wake up again any minute, and if I get into my bed then I'll wake Roy up, and those pockets of realizations of how peaceful everything is and silence, and we don't get that very often. So I wanted to share my half asleep ramblings with you today, and just to check that everybody's okay and tell everybody that everything is okay, and it will be okay because it already is. You have to come to these realizations yourself. You can't be told them. I was reading half asleep this morning. I was reading my World Peace Diet book. It's called World Peace Diet. It's amazing. If you still eat meat, then you're not going to enjoy the book. But it's like the spiritual ramifications of that, and our connectedness to everything. And when you're eating an apple, most people just eat an apple and they're distracted by other things and thoughts. But when you eat an apple and you're spiritually connected and you're aware of your connection to everything, you're eating the apple, you're eating the pips, the rain, the sun, you're connected to the trees. So when you're eating and you're aware of what you're eating, how that has a holistic effect on you, spiritually, mentally, physically, energetically, emotionally. I don't want to go on about the eating meat, but I haven't ate meat for a long time anyway myself. That's not a judgment on anybody else, but funny thing about talking half asleep is that you could go off on tangents, so I'll just reel myself back in a few times. But so it just reaffirmed why I don't eat it, and I don't want that energy in my body. So what else was I going to say? Yeah, so that connectedness to everything else, which is why it's really important to eat organic food, know where your food comes from. What energy are you putting into your body? Because that manifests into your reality. So I was reading this World Peace Diet book, and I just had these epiphany, and how connected we are, interconnected we are to everything. We are not separate, and that's the space to be in. Realise we're not separate, which is ego in that sense. And thanks to a lovely friend, Lyra, who reminded me of that yesterday. And you can only come to these realizations yourself when you physically have that sensation and activation in your consciousness. And most of the time it's when you're half asleep. And it's beautiful. It's so peaceful. So peaceful. And I wish that for everybody, and might do my videos to try and give advice or help or share my experiences, but today would be to try and find those pockets of peace and connection to everything. And the distractions will go away. These loud distractions are loud because we let them be loud. Allow yourself some peace. Cheers. Drink clean water and have that connection to the oceans and of the planet, and see how and feel how connected that is and how alive that is, and what feeling does that give you. You don't need lots of words and labels and teachings, and this is what people mean by just go within. So I want to send that vibe out to everybody today. Well, everyone that's going to watch me and my half asleep ramblings. I know I've got family and friends who watch just to keep up to date with what we're doing, and then I've got people that follow me spiritually, and people that are nosy maybe. I don't know, nobody comments. Well, actually some people do, thank you. So yeah, I wanted to bring you that peace into your life today, that tiny bit of peace. Just as I say that, the sun comes out, and sit in the sun as much as possible. And gratitude, have gratitude and thanks for every single thing in your life, because that brings more of it. And next year is going to be more distractions. It's going to get louder if you let it, but you can not have to do anything. You can connect with that 5D consciousness, that beautiful peace. The distractions in the world, the loudness is creating this immense change in humanity, and connect with that human nature, that love, that unity consciousness. There's so much more coming next year, opportunities. My advice would be to connect with that timeline, that energy, bring that into your life no matter what you're into, and let the loudness, to turn the volume down, turn the telly off. Don't listen to everybody's bloody opinions, and go from here. What does your heart tell you? You know, that all is well, and you are an amazing, beautiful, I was going to say human being, but that sounds weird for some reason in my half asleepness. Well, I believe that's probably why. Ramblings are funny, aren't they? Oh, I love this state to be in. It's funny because sometimes when you're half asleep, the children are chaotic and the house is chaotic, but sometimes they're just content. I want to bring more videos of peace. I want to bring that energy through to you more, and I will get time to do that. So anyway, much love.